Today I'm going to show you how to attach leather to your knit or your crochet items. So here I just have a couple of swatches made up in crochet along with a couple of pieces of leather, and I will show you a couple of different ways how to attach them. So first off, we are going to start with a saddle stitch. So I'm using 0.8 millimeter waxed cord. And you want to measure out roughly 4 times your length to have for the cord. So we'll start with the blunt needle and our wax cord. We'll start by threading the needle. You're going to take the end and we are going to put it through the actual cord itself. So you essentially poke a hole and go right through. So we'll look roughly like this. You're going to pull down the tail, down over the eye, and then you are going to pull all the way up. And this locks that onto your needle. So we will do the same thing on the other side. So I'll just move this here so you can see. So it is all the same one piece. Thread your needle, take your end, we are going to put it through. You're going to pull down the short tail, and then you're going to pull it snug. So again, we've locked both ends on, so it's a continuous cord. So now we are going to start. You'll start at one end. You're going to put your needle through. You're going to grab both ends and make sure that it is as even as you can get it. So we're going to start with the back side. You're going to come up and into that next hole. You're going to take your top one and go down into that same hole. So you're going to make sure that you're not pushing it into the cord itself, so make sure you go beside it. And then you're going to pull both at the same time snug. So again, starting with the back, you're going to go up into the hole. You're going to take the top one. You're going to go down into that same hole. Making sure we're not crossing any of the cord. You're going to pull them both, and you'll pull them snug. So again, the back first. And then the top. I'll pull them snug. So as you can see, we're working our way across. This is called a saddle stitch. So I'm just going to go across and show you how we finish off at the end. So I've gotten just about to the end here, and I'll show you how we finish off. So you're going to start by getting all the way to that last stitch. So we're all the way to the end, and now we are going to back stitch. So we're going to work into that previous hole. So you want to make sure that you work back at least 2, if not more, stitches backwards. Pulling it nice and tight as you go. And then you want to make sure that with this, both ends end up on the side of the leather. So we've done our back stitching, and we're going to cut these so there's a little bit of a tail left. So as you can see, we did leave a little bit, and I'll show you how to finish this off. So you're going to take a lighter or something to melt the wax cord. You're just going to melt it down, then you're just going to push it in, just so it's nice and smooth. Just being careful that you're not setting the yarn or your actual burning your leather. And there you go. That is the saddle stitch onto a piece of crochet. The next one I'll show you is kind of a cross stitch. So again, I have my waxed cord at least 4 times the length of what I'm going to be stitching. I'm just going to lock my needle in here again. I'll do the other side as well. So once it's locked in, we are going to start with our leather that I've pre-punched and our crochet piece. We're going to put the one end of the needle in and all the way through. We'll grab both needles and we will make sure that we pull it so that our 2 tails are equal distance. So usually this is done when you have 2 pieces of leather that you're attaching together. So I'm going to pretend that our crochet part is leather as well. Down and then back up. So essentially you've gone and done a whole circle into this first stitch. So our first stitch is usually the most tricky, just to get everything lined up. And so we've gone all the way around, and we have both of these back up at the top. So we will cross down on both sides. And then, so this one went down in this here. It's going to come around the back and back up on the crocheted side. On this one that went down on the crocheted side, it's going to come back and around on the leather side. And then you cross it again. So as you can see, it starts to make an X formation down. So I will continue down just so you can see a little bit more of what it looks like. So you can see here, it does make that X form as you're going down. So that is another option for when you're attaching leather to your knits or your crochets. So here's another option. Just doing a simple whip stitch on, just like you normally would by hand stitching. So we are going to, I am using waxed cord still. You could use upholstery thread if you wanted to as well for this. You can also use a rounded needle for this one if you're wanting to. I'm just going to go through this first one twice. And then I'm just going to work my way along. Tail out of there. So as you can see, I'm just working my way down. I'll work a couple of more and I'll show you what it looks like. So here you can see it with a whip stitch. So looking at the three different options here, we have the saddle stitch, the cross, and a whip stitch. So my personal favorite is the saddle stitch. It just gives you that really polished, clean look. But really, whatever stitch that you can make work for you is going to be an awesome way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to add a sole to a slipper that has no sole on it yet, using a contrasting color and a smaller crochet hook. We are going to start by drawing up our yarn. We're going to draw it through the suede sole and through your end stitch. We will chain one, and then we'll work our way around. So we're going to go into the next hole. We're going to drop, drop again, make sure we got all of it through. Gonna yarn over and finish off a single crochet. So essentially we're single crocheting around into the two. So as you can see, on the bottom we'll have single crochet, and on the top we will have it all joined together.
If you like learning these techniques, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I will for sure be posting more things along the lines of adding leather to your knit and crochet makes. And be sure to comment below if you have any questions, and follow me at crafty.bones.